Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and I'm super excited to get into today's video because I'm going to be talking about all of my favorite self-help books as well as some that are on my to-read list that I will mention at the end of the video. Also, quick side note, I decided to put up my little keychains that my mom got me in my background, and that's just a little fun touch that I thought I'd share as well. Now, if you are anybody like me, you try and better yourself as much as possible. I find myself to be very self-deprecating at times, and I genuinely think that I'm really boring. I feel like when somebody asks me, oh, what are your hobbies? Literally, what you see on my channel is what you get. Like, I feel like I'm very one-dimensional and you could see right through me, but I decided to get this book called 3,000 Questions About Me, and this has a list of 3,000 questions about yourself. Pretty self-explanatory, okay? But there's like something, I'm gonna open to a random page. Have you ever sailed a boat? Who is the most drama-filled person you know and what do they do? Etc, etc. It's just like a whole list of random questions, and I really like these type of books that you get to write in yourself. I feel like that way I'm gravitated towards the book, and I'm also really excited to write in it. There's something about scribbling inside something that really gets my gears going. This is a really great book that I like to write in from time to time, and it's also a great book in case you want to get to know somebody else and you just want to ask a really random question. I feel like this book really does have it all, and they have other varieties about, I think, couples or this or that, things of that nature, but I have the one that says 3,000 Questions About Me. During the start of when I got back into therapy this year, this was one of the first books that I was reaching for. This is 101 Tiny Changes to Brighten Your Day. This is by Ailbhe Malone, and this just has like little excerpts in it, very, very small, but the only reason why I bought this is because I have a very how would you describe it in the nicest way possible? I have the attention span of a goldfish. I feel like when I open a book, I am automatically bored. I think first impressions are everything with a book for me. I like things that are very easy to read, very straight to the point. If it seems very textbooky, I am not going to read it simply because I've already been in college, man. Like, I don't want anything that looks like a textbook. So this actually has a really cute font. I like how small the pages are, but how well all of the changes can fit into one page. So this one right here, number 16, it says, add a walk to your day. And then it just talks about things that might help during this walk, examples, and how maybe you might benefit from them. So this is something that I really like, and they are categorized into sections. So we have here like prepping for your darker days, dealing with the internet, and letting other people help you. Those are some of the smaller sections that are in this book, which I find really exciting. So when I want to find something really quick to help me out, I always reach for this, and this is something that stays by my bedside at all times. Out of all of the books here that I have to share with you all, this is probably my favorite. I love this one because it's a journal type book. This is something that is going to give you something to read, give you an exercise, you write down the exercise, and then after you do that, it tells you how you can implement that exercise into your everyday life, and that is 52 Lists for Calm, and this is by Moorea Seal. I got this one at TJ Maxx. I found it super random. It was like in the corner, and I only paid $10 for it, and I really do love this. So I'm on list number 24, and I try to write in this every day, but I don't force myself to do it because I feel like sometimes it's better for you to just give yourself a break, especially when you are trying to help yourself. I think you can get into this routine of feeling rushed. At least for me, I do feel rushed to get back what I lost. I've dealt with depression and suicidal thoughts for 13 years, and I have like this really weird feeling inside me that I need to rush to be happy and to be content with who I am and to do all these things that I wasn't able to do 13 years ago. And sometimes when you are in this journey of shadow work, self-help, it might feel very overwhelming in some days, and it's okay if you take a couple days off. It's okay. You don't have to write in that journal every day. You don't have to read a self-help book every day. I just think it's really important to be patient with yourself and to go with the flow, even though some days are harder than others. So let's go ahead and read the prompt for list 24 so you guys can get a general idea of what this is all about. It says, list the failures that have led to eventual success and accomplishments for you. And once you have written all of that down on the lines here, at the very end, it says perspective change. So this is what is going to help exercise the thought that you just written down. So it says, failures aren't really failures. They're just stepping stones to success. A failure is merely an experiment with an outcome that gives you data for how you could do things differently for a better result. What is one thing you have done recently that didn't work out the first time, but that you want to improve? Write it down and plan to try it again. A journaling type book like this is perfect for somebody who's very hands-on, especially if you're the type of person to not want to take notes or highlight a book or anything like that. This is really going to help make you interact with the book and to read small exercises that will help eventually make a bigger change in your life. If you like reading a book that's more of like a chronological way to improve your self-help, your mental state, then I think you might really like the book here called Connect. This is by Ilchi Lee, and it's how to find clarity and expand your consciousness with pineal gland meditation. I recently got into meditation this year, and honestly, it has really helped me out. I feel like my journey with meditation was a really rocky start, but then it slowly started to get better once I started honing in on what I wanted to focus on. So at first I was just listening to music and just sitting there, and then I was thinking to myself, you know, maybe I need a guided meditation. And it took me a while to find people who I enjoyed listening to, because I feel like some people are extra monotone, some people are really energetic, and you know, you just need to find like what works best for you. So once I found that specific person, once I found out what type of guided meditation I wanted to do, then I found the process to be a lot easier. So once I got to that step, I started expanding my knowledge more about meditation with this book, and it essentially just guides you on your chakras, points in your body that you should focus on to achieve a great mental headspace. Now, I'm not completely finished with this book. I am halfway through it, and I can tell you right now that it has made me really think. I think that this probably is like the most informative book as far as everything that I am listing, because this is literally like a step-to-step guide. So it's more of, I guess, your textbook style book, but it's like the author is talking to you, and it's not like a step-by-step recipe book. He lists examples and actual experiences, so it feels like you are there talking to a friend. It's definitely easy to read, and although when I first looked at this, I was like, oh, I don't know if this book is right for me, it also does have pictures, so when you start doing your meditations, you have a visual to kind of like guide you on where you should be. So this is definitely something to really look into, especially if you are serious about really aligning your chakras and really just getting you to that calm state. Alongside meditation, I have gone into crystal healing, and I really do think that it helps me. And I've also have done other things to learn more about myself and to manifest different things for myself, and I think that crystals really do help. I know that I was a huge skeptic, but once I started putting my mind to it, once I learned how to cleanse my crystals and everything like that, I felt like, you know what? I do feel a little bit more at ease. Like I have here the Howlite bracelet as well as an amethyst and rose quartz bracelet, and Howlite is supposed to help with stress, depression, all of that I normally feel on a day-to-day basis. Amethyst is really great for grounding, and rose quartz is of course great for love, and I really want to keep that on me at all times. I have been expanding my crystal collection. I sleep with crystals under my pillow. I have a lot in my room, and and I recently found this book called Crystals for Beginners. I found this in the Amazon store, and this is a guide to get started with the healing power of crystals. And this one is by Frazier. Oh, Karen Frazier. And what I really love about this book in particular is that in the front, it tells you how to cleanse your crystals, all of the basic information. And then once you get into the book, it shows you pictures, it talks about the crystals in depth, and that's what I really love. I'm a visual person, so if a book doesn't have any pictures, I just feel like I cannot pay attention to it. I am sorry, I'm a literal child. But I really do like this. I have highlighted a lot in this book, and I've learned so much. I am not completely done reading about it because there's so many crystals, and every single time I get a new crystal, I'm so eager and I'm so excited to learn more about it and the benefits that it has. And I really do think that, you know, if you are curious, you know, do a little bit of research. Maybe you might want to get into crystals. If you're skeptical about it still, then that's totally fine. Like, I've been skeptical about it for literal years, and I didn't start getting into it until like a couple months ago. Now, here are the 4 honorable mention books that I wanted to talk about. These are the ones that I have gotten recently. So some of these are gifts, some of these are recent purchases, and I just want to talk about some of the items that I feel like might be beneficial to me, but maybe you too. Maybe you just need extra options here. So I have heard so much about You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and it's how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. I've heard great things about this. I'm really excited to get into it. I have not read a single page. I literally bought this like, I think the week before Christmas, and you know, Christmas season just got a hold of me and I wasn't able to read this at all, but I know that you guys love it and I know that I probably will too. The next book here I got from my friend Victoria for Christmas. She wrote inside, she said, "I love this book, so I got you a copy. This is Jewels of Enlightenment, and they are wisdom teachings from the great Tibetan masters by Erik, Pema, Kunsang." And I only like flipped through this. I didn't have a chance to read this one, but they are words of wisdom on every single page, and I thought that was really cool. So I am Buddhist, if anyone was wondering, and I noticed that there were a lot of Buddha references here. So I am really excited to get into it and learn a little bit more about the teachings of Buddhism and some words of wisdom. I really don't know what to expect with this at all because I got this literally on Christmas Day. Finally, the last 2 I have bought actually within the last couple of days here. My sister and I recently found a Five Below, and we have been searching for a Five Belows. And once we went in, I honestly was like not disappointed. First of all, hold on, wait. I got a new Squishmallow. He is so precious. Like, I love him so much. He's part of like the little Valentine's Day collection. He's a little lion. Oh my God, what's his name? Oh, I love reading about it. His name is Leonard. Leonard the lion. I love him so much. And he's a vegetarian who likes to code. We love that. Okay, I digress. But I found these 2 self-help books. Both were $5. And this one is Finding Gratitude. It's simple ideas that can change your life. And this is by Rebekah and Nicole. And these, just like the other books that I really love to read, they have pictures. Love that. And they have little excerpts here that just talk about small things that you should be grateful for. So really quickly, I'm going to skip through a couple of pages. I am grateful for snowflakes, and then they list why you should be grateful for them. I am grateful for trees. I am grateful for the sunrise. I am grateful for family, things of that nature. And it kind of goes into categories within nature, people, just random things. So I'm really excited to get into this because I find myself being a go-go person, and I never stop to take things in. I think recently, I wrote this on my YouTube community page, but in case you guys didn't see that, recently I had gone into a makeup store for the first time in literal months, and I literally stopped in my tracks. I looked at the whole entire beauty store, and I looked at my sister and I was like, this is really crazy. I I'm so grateful right now because a lot of these brands that I am seeing here have either followed me on Instagram or had sent me an email or had even sent me products, and I just sat there just being so positively overwhelmed. And it was just one of those things where it reminded me that I have to take a step back and be grateful and to be humble. And I just think that this book was honestly perfect timing. So I'm really excited to get into it and to be a little bit more down to earth. Finally, I have here The Magic of Mindset, A Journal to Get Unstuck by Johanna Wright. Yes, another journal. I love journals. There's just something about them that just make me so incredibly happy. This one has really cute hand-drawn pictures in here. The biggest appeal to me. And I think what I love about this journal in particular is that it's all handwritten. Like the author actually wrote in here, so it's not just like this random Arial font. Like I don't like that at all. Like I get very bored. I like something with a little bit of pizzazz that'll get me excited, you know? So what are some of the prompts in here? So this one says, what obstacles do you anticipate when you stop a behavior you've been wanting to stop? How will you navigate these obstacles? Here's another one. Imagine your mind as a rocky landscape. You are a brave explorer and you enter the scariest cave. You shine your light into the darkest, creepiest corner. What do you find? And this is kind of something that's not necessarily geared towards like a specific self-help nature. It's not like it's geared towards like depression or anxiety. It's kind of just things just to learn about you. It's kind of like the 3,000 questions about me. It's like, okay, like I'm going to almost kind of do like shadow work, but like also kind of give you like hypotheticals and just expand your creativity and imagination. I just really love that type of book as well. So as you see here, I have a list of books that vary greatly from one to another, and I find that if you can find a book that will get you excited to write in it or read it, then that is something to get excited about. I feel like nowadays, especially if you have been in college, you're really tired of reading. Like leisure reading is like out the door. Like I really swore to myself like, oh, like I am never going to leisure read because I genuinely hate picking up a book. But so far these books have really gotten me in the mood to not only help myself but also get into the loving spirit of reading again. And just like that, you guys, we were completed with this video. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me while I was accumulating and reading some of these books. I like to take my time with reading and writing because, again, I have the attention span of a goldfish, but these ones really do make me excited, and these are things that I do recommend. Even the ones that I haven't written in or read yet, I already know that those are going to be so bomb, so I'm excited to get into it for 2021, and I am keeping my New Year's resolution very, very strong this year. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.